Welcome to Potawatomi Sportsbook Weekly. We got Eric Osterman over here, our VP of Digital Gaming, and we got...
Thanks for the promotion. Awesome.
Returning champ. My bad. Let's go. I am so terrible. Director of Digital Gaming.
Senior Vice President of Digital Gaming.
Yeah, I'm CEO, Robert. Yep. Okay. Billy Schmidt from Winning Edge and Robert Cox, one of our supervisors here in the Sportsbook. Guys, why don't we start with this UFC card we have this weekend? We got UFC 328. If you want to come on in and watch that in our sportsbook here, we still got seats available. We got, really good card. Robert, can you give us a little piece of what we got this weekend?
We have two psychopaths fighting each other in the main event. We have Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. If you want to be blown away by a press conference, watch these guys. These guys say the most outlandish stuff ever probably in the UFC history. We got them two fighting for the title. Sean Strickland, a heavy underdog, plus 460. We got Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. These guys are young flyweights, also for the title. We got Volkov versus Waldo. That's going to be a really good fight, number 2 versus number 4. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, and then King Green and Jeremy Stevens for that main card. That main card is stacked.
On that main event with Strickland, do you give Strickland a chance?
He's going to be Khamzat's biggest test, by far. Biggest test, but Khamzat's a different animal. Khamzat is a monster, and he destroys everybody he stands in front of. No problem. I think Khamzat's going to
weather
win.
the storm. I mean, Strickland's known for his gas tank, right? Like
he is.
If he can weather the first couple rounds.
That's the key. That's the key of the fight. Is the gas tank of Strickland versus Khamzat. Khamzat has shown against welterweights that he fades as time goes on, but he puts it on you from as soon as that bell rings in the beginning. Like, he is a different monster to shake off.
Yeah, and that's no pause. And I think the best part of it, being able to, guys that just continually come at you, a lot of folks come to the sports book to show a fight. You want to see somebody get knocked out. You got a good shot of that in a lot of these main card fights.
Yeah, this is one of the best cards I've seen in a while.
Now, sure. Joshua Van is someone that he's been an underdog in his last couple fights, but he's gotten the win. I believe did he win the championship because the other guy basically got hurt during the fight?
Yeah, exactly. Pantoja, who's one of my favorite fighters, who's a veteran, he went to go post when he was getting taken down, and his elbow got dislocated. So he kind of won the belt in a fluky way.
Yeah. And
the way he was kind of partying with the belt, like, I get it, you won, you're the champion. But it kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because, like, he didn't really win the fight, You kind of won by a freak accident.
And what are the odds right now on that Joshua Van fight?
Well, Joshua Van is a slight underdog, actually. He's plus 128.
So do you think he retains?
No, I like Taira. I like Tatsuro. He put the absolute beating on Brandon Moreno when they fought. And it was... Honestly, I had Moreno. Moreno was a special guest here for an APFC event.
Yes.
And I think I was just kind of betting with my head or my heart because I was just such a big fan of his. And he got the shit kicked out of him. It was this Tyrod guy is the real deal, and I think he's going to put it on Van.
Is there anything worse than knowing that you're on the wrong side of one? Right, like from the start of the first round, and you can feel it tilted to one side.
This one
might have been a little bit of soul.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned Alexander Volkov and Waldo. Those are two heavyweights. I always love the heavyweights a little bit more, and those are those dudes are going to be slugging.
That's going to be a fun fight. That's a very fun fight. There's a lot on the line for that fight too. 2 and 4. The winner of that fight very well could fight for the title next. Honestly, that's going to be there's a lot on the line for that fight.
Billy, do you have a pick? You got your favorite pick in the fights?
Volkov's my favorite pick, and again, just because I've watched him a couple of different times, the fight that he had against Derek Lewis, it was phenomenal as well. But I'm also just a big fan of heavyweights, so that's always going to be my favorite one. And to be honest with you, when things are like, the fun part about betting UFC is the numbers. You actually get upsets, right? And like you can find different value. That's one where you can damn near bet either guy to get knocked out, and you can get yourself a little bit of plus money to have more fun. Because again, that's why I'm sitting in the sports book on a fight night, is to watch somebody get knocked out.
Tell you what, there's been some great battles in the NHL playoffs so far too. We haven't seen a big fight like we did in the beginning of the Carolina series in the first round. That was fun. 3 seconds in, it was fight already. But yeah, the NHL playoffs have been really fun. We're in the semifinals there. NBA playoffs in the semifinals there. What do you guys think about who's going to be coming out of the East and West in these playoffs?
Well, I'll tell you this, my Vegas Golden Knights didn't do a whole hell of a lot last night to make me feel very confident against the Ducks, and kind of got away with one in game 1, too.
Yeah, they did. And honestly, there's a lot of momentum behind this Ducks team right now. I cannot pick against my Vegas Golden Knights, so I won't do that. But certainly, like you mentioned, not a lot to feel confident about.
No, the Ducks are a fun young team.
Yeah.
And, we got Carolina in the East and Colorado in the West. Those are the two heavy favorites right now. It seems like that's kind of the path that we're seeing, as those two teams are probably going to come through.
Yeah.
But they got to play these games. You never know, right? And in hockey, we've had plenty of times where the best team is not making it out of their conference to the finals.
That's kind of the beauty of hockey, right? I mean, a puck bounce one way or another. It can send the strongest team home. I love the intensity of playoff hockey. Like, I don't think anything really ramps up, I should say, from regular season to postseason like hockey. Like, these games are just incredible.
For it both to coincide, NBA playoffs where, like, actually full 48 minutes, everybody's trying, and then also NHL is like a completely different game. They're just two different sports, and it's one of the reasons why it's so compelling. You mentioned Carolina's just been... It feels like a tick above everybody else in the East. I'm interested to see Colorado once that thing flips back to Minnesota. Like, the Wild are obviously really good, but once that place gets away from you, and both of those games got away from them, it felt like kind of early. I'm excited to see Minnesota with a little home ice and see if that thing can go back to Colorado.
This is the best team the Wild have had in a while, and their fans there in Minnesota, in St. Paul, I should say. Their fans in St. Paul are really good fans. They love hockey there. They're going to be ready. They're going to be ready for this Avalanche team coming to town. I hope they make it a series. I hope it's just more entertaining for us.
And the funny thing is, we talked about it on the radio show, on Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin, 5 to 8. It's called The Huddle. We mentioned, like, there's no team that Wisconsin sports fans have to watch from Minnesota other than maybe the Wild, maybe a slight bit the Timberwolves, that you actually can find yourself rooting for. I think there are going to be some folks that find themselves rooting for the Minnesota Wild, not only because they might have a ticket here on them.
Oh, you got one, huh?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I wish I would have.
I wish I would have. You did have a ticket on an NBA series in the first round, did you not?
Thank you, sir.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everyone what happened there?
Well, this man right over here, Austin Herdina, is an absolute wizard and a genius and a sick son of a bitch when he came up here and said that the Philadelphia 76ers were going to beat the Boston Celtics. And Zach sat right on that chair, and I sat in this chair. And we laughed right in your face.
You did laugh in my face, and I said that it might go the other way and I might look like a dumbass, or I'm going to look brilliant. And I think right now, after that win, I think I look brilliant. You cashed yourself a nice, 11-1 ticket to win the series?
11-1 ticket, and again, this is what happens when you hang out with people that are in the sports book. You're like, that's not only a good bet because they're going to win the series, but also I'm pretty sure it was good value. When you mentioned that, it was plus 650, and when I made the bet going into Game 6, it was 11-1.
Yeah. 11-1 to win 2 games with one of them at home.
And we just mentioned it with the hockey as well, right? Like, there are spots where these underdogs can come through. 11-1 may, be pretty rare, but, you mentioned the Wild, or, my Lakers are probably out of it, but, we're still holding on hope that the Lakers may come through, right? But
you need Luka.
That's even, but that's the great part about the playoffs is like the underdog teams do come through. It's not just chalk. So that makes it beautiful to bet on.
The Lakers come back and win that series, though. Like, what kind of legacy does that build on LeBron? Like, wasn't that amazing? Like, they're facing the Thunder, a team that most complete team we've seen in quite a while. They haven't lost a playoff game yet this year.
Right.
Everyone else has lost at least 2. And the Lakers are playing with Reeves, who was injured for a while. Now he's back.
Yeah.
And then just also without Luka. The Lakers, you just think they can't really compete, and they haven't really so far. But it's a whole series yet, until what do they say? Until an opponent wins on the away court.
Someone wins a road game. Yeah, someone wins a road game. The series doesn't start. The other thing about the Lakers is I also was expecting Reeves to be a little better when he first came back.
Shit.
He was
terrible.
Yeah, I was wondering if that might have been rushed. But what were they going to do? They had to do something, right? And, I like taking the Lakers side. I think this feels like one of those games where LeBron comes out and has something to prove. Whether they'll win the game or not, I don't know, but 15.5 points is a lot. And this just feels like one of those spots where LeBron says, hey, I'm still LeBron,
He tried to do it in Game 1. Again, one of my favorite plays during NBA playoffs is, because, again, I'm sick and twisted, and I enjoy the fun. The first basket score, my man took that rock right away, and you knew it. Nobody else was touching it. In game one, could be another one. He's plus 750.
I'll tell you what, I've never been able to really call myself like a LeBron fan, but I love when guys late in their career, the older guys, get it done and have great moments. So, like, I'm kind of becoming a LeBron fan at 41 years old because I want to see him just dominate. The same way that I wanted to see Tiger win the Masters several years ago at his age, right? You want to see them one more time, remind us why they are one of the greatest ever.
Well, and he's had you can't question or debate. He's had one of the greatest sports lives and sports careers of all time. Yeah. From somebody that was destined and told and promised to be the savior of basketball. At worst, he's the third best player of all time.
Yeah, and just from a longevity standpoint, right? Like, if somebody came into the league and played for as long as he did, like, just that would be impressive. And then you add on the MVPs and the championships, like, you know, I was a LeBron hater for a long time, probably similar to how you guys felt, but he is starting to come around. And he's a golfer now, so that, you know, that helps a lot.
He's also been in the public eye where I've been able to do a whole 360. I don't know many people do that. You mentioned, like, how's it going to change LeBron's legacy? I don't think much at all, because I think people either believe one side or the other, like, with him. But I went through loving him with the Cavs to hating the shit out of him when he went to the Heatles. Out of the Heat, loving him back with the Cavs, like it's one of the best. It's one of the best times. He's had 2 full Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah. LeBron going to the Heat is equivalent to Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. Okay, you didn't necessarily see it coming, but he had to join up with 2 other guys, the outsiders, right? And they joined and made a team, an all-star type of team. Oh, how many games? We're not going to win 1. We're not going to win 2, 3, 4, 5.
They won 2,
and then they won 2. Yeah. But they definitely thought they were going to win a lot more championships. But then
he was in the finals for 8 straight years.
And then he goes back to Cleveland, and he gets Cleveland a championship.
It's unbelievable.
That's what turned it around for me, right? Like, the guy going back to his hometown and saying, hey, the people here deserve this, and getting that done. That's when I started to kind of flip. And then he happened to go to my hometown team with the Lakers, which, being a big Kobe guy, was like a big deal for me, right? Nobody can replace Kobe. But honestly, what he's done with the Lakers, too, has just been pretty awesome at his age. You know?
How does he get viewed in Lakers fandom?
It's like the rest of the country. It's very, very split. Like, he has a lot of supporters in LA, but the Shaq Kobe or Kobe Powell, you know, people, they don't forget about that. And, you know, when Kobe passed, like, obviously that cemented, if he wasn't already, kind of cemented Kobe as an LA great. So it's hard for people to look past that, but he does have some strong support.
Dude, you anger the Kobe fans, and, like,
do not do that.
Again, we're not even saying anything against them, but like you say one thing that anybody who is a hardcore Kobe Bryant fan takes as a shred of disrespect.
Yeah,
you better watch your mentions. It's gonna be a long night for you.
Yeah, and I mean, you could even say that back when he was playing. I think that was, you know, people loved him so much. You look at the greatest Lakers of all time. You got guys like, you know, Magic. You know, we didn't mention Magic Johnson. Kareem.
I was going to say, the guy that I said in there that at worst, LeBron's the 3rd best player of all time. Kareem gets no love for that conversation, but
Jerry West.
He should be.
Jerry West. What they have? Was it Wilt Chamberlain at the end of his career?
Yeah, at the end. Yeah.
When he was really still.
I feel like he doesn't really get remembered as a Laker.
More of a Philly guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, for most people, it's Kobe, and then I would say probably Magic, and then Shaq. Right, and I think LeBron's starting to climb up that, you know. I don't know if I personally would put him ahead of Shaq, but I think a lot of people do now.
Well, and I also think one of the, like you mentioned, some of those guys are like cult heroes. 22 years ago today, one of the great moments in all-time sports history. You want to talk about a cult legend? We're talking about practice.
That was 22 years ago today?
Sorry, 24 years ago today. 2002, May 7th, 2002. And we're sitting here, we're talking about practice.
What a day.
I'm supposed to be a the franchise player, and we're sitting here talking about practice.
Not to completely switch gears, but you know what happened on this day 10 years ago?
I sure do.
Happy Bartolo-versary.
Bartolo Colon hit it deep to left field at Petco Park. Home run.
What an incredible day. As an Angels fan, I'm a big Bartolo guy, and when that happened, it was just incredible. Can you guys tell me who the pitcher was that gave it up?
Jake Peavy?
Close. Great guess.
Oh.
None other than the extremely overpaid James Shields.
Ooh, former Brewer.
That's right. Yeah, what a day. Incredible. Love me some Bartolo.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a little speechless right now. I'm just trying to replay that in my head. That was such a great moment.
The
Yeah.
best was how long the trot around the bases
Oh,
lasted. And I think Ron Darling was in the booth. And he's like, that's the longest home run trot of all time.
Right.
But I think he was just running.
The only thing that would have
He deserves it.
is if you would have walked. That was the only thing that would have
He
made
kind
it
of
better.
did. He kind of did.
Well,
walk.
God, it
yeah.
did.
I love
good.
fat athletes. I just do. I mean, seriously, like.
Nothing that warms the heart more.
I mean, when I was a kid and I saw David Wells out there on LSD throw a perfect
incredible.
game,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
What? I'm not even speculating. He's admitted to it.
You're not lying. Yeah, it does. It adds a different level to the legacy, that's for sure.
CC Sabathia was a big dude. I loved him when he came to Milwaukee.
Vaughn was
Helped
my
us
guy
get to the playoffs.
back
Mo.
in the day. Yeah, I love
Well,
Mo
and
Vaughn.
It's
Speaking
kind of
of-
baseball, right? You can't really.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's tough. I mean, you might have like a Pat Williams in the NFL. Obviously, the refrigerator
Vince
Perry,
Gilbert
BJ
Brown.
Raji, Gilbert. But you mentioned CC. CC's going to be in town. Talk about honoring. Coming up on Friday night, he gets honored into the Brewers Walk of Fame.
That's a great way to talk about
Sorry,
this.
Wall
we got,
of Fame.
Yeah, we
Wall
have,
of Honor. Wall of Honor. I fucked it up 4 times. I apologize.
We got it now. The Yankees coming to town, and another team that he had a really good career with, the Yankees. So it's kind of fitting that we're doing it well. A team he retired with. But yeah, CC Sabathia, great career. He's one of those guys that is going to be a Hall of Famer, right? Is he
Already
made, he hasn't
is.
made it yet. He didn't make it already.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I'm a little old. Sorry.
No, I believe he just got voted in, I believe now.
Okay.
Or he just gave his acceptance speech last year.
Yeah, if he's in, great. If he's not, he's gonna get in. But yeah, that's a really good test for this Brewers team this weekend. With the Yankees coming to town, one of the top teams in the American League. I'm curious to see what we do with Aaron Judge, if we're gonna kind of pitch around him a little bit or let him hit. But Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, it's gonna be popping here in Milwaukee. I think that stadium's gonna fill out. I'm excited. I want to go to one of these games this weekend. I want to see the Yankees and Brewers.
It does also just add in a little different intrigue. Even though now you see him every other year instead of every 8 years, that brand coming to town does give a better vibe and a different nostalgia. But, I mean, hard to say any team's playing better than the Cubs or Yankees right now. They've both been white hot and winning games left and right in crazy fashions.
As a fan, it's brutal for me. I'm not a big Yankee guy, so it's okay. I hope the Brewers crushed them this weekend. Let's just.
That's
throw
what
that
I'd like to hear.
Yeah.
Come on, let's torpedo bat them like they did last year. Sweat the shit. out
Rob,
of
what
them.
are we? What are the odds on that? Where are the Brewers sitting in the standings with the Cubs, and what are the odds to win the division? You remember?
Oh, to win the division, they're plus 500, and they're only 6 games behind. So, I mean, if you love your Brewers, come get your 5-1 odds on that.
Oh my gosh, there's so much season left too.
There is. The Central is
Like-
looking really good.
The Central is looking good. Every team in the Central, I could say, right now is in it, right? I mean, even the Cardinals, who are a team that everyone thought would be terrible this year, they have a pretty good record right now. And then the Pirates, they're a team obviously last year finished pretty bad, but they're on a rebound. They got Paul Skeens, so they
Great
got a
young
chance.
talent in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They've got a fun team.
And then Cincinnati Reds. I mean, Cincinnati Reds got some good ball players on their team too.
Well, and for the value for the Brewers, you mentioned 5-1. Last year, end of the month, I think end of the month of May, they were 6.5, 7 games back of Chicago a year ago, and they were 15-1. And they ended up winning the thing by multiple games with a week to go. So there's
Some
so
respect.
much season
Yeah,
left.
a lot of respect on the Brewers, right? The bookmakers aren't going to make that mistake twice, but still possibly some value there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So if you are someone that looks to go to one of these Yankees Brewers games this weekend, come on into our sportsbook, come eat in our restaurant here, and you're going to get on a shuttle to the field for free. So basically a $5 bet or any purchase at the bar or restaurant, you're going to get a wristband, ride our shuttle, save some money on parking. It brings you right back to the Potawatomi Sportsbook as well. Just a great add-on that we have in case you aren't aware of that yet. We've been doing that last year and this year for Brewers and Bucks games. I mean, even when I go to the game, that's what I want to do. So I want to just take the shuttle.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you guys got to raise that price of that minimum sports bet, especially Saturday night. That parking is going to be like $40 for preferred parking, and a $5 bet gets you a ride to and from the game.
Well,
It's a great deal.
Can't
Take
beat it.
advantage
Can't
of
beat
it.
that.
it is a good deal. What else? We cover everything, guys? Is that it for this
real
week?
quick, if I may.
Oh,
we
golf.
have a big golf tournament coming up next week. It won't take up too much time. We're playing at Aronimink, right outside of Philadelphia. They've done quite a bit of renovations of the course the last couple of years. So kind of hard to go off of past history. I was talking to the guys before the show. 1962 was the last time they hosted a PGA Championship. Gary Player was the winner of that. Fun little nugget there. But I got a couple of guys I've got my eye on. One guy who has been playing really well. He got off to a hot start this week. Last I checked, he was 3 under through 8 at Quail Hollow. Tommy Fleetwood is a guy that I'm looking at this course. Really, really good iron player. I don't think this one's going to be a bomber's paradise. It's going to be guys who are good with their irons. Scotty Scheffler. But Tommy Fleetwood, 18-1 right now. And then a little bit of a longer shot. The guy that I'm looking at, he's had a real good season so far. Akshay Bhatia. You can get him at 50-1. I think that's pretty juicy, right? Like he's a young guy. He's getting his driver figured out. Always been a good iron player. So those are a couple picks for you there.
So we're looking for iron players. We're looking for guys that can place it where they need to be at this one.
It's the Northeast, right? So there's a chance that it'll be soft, which always plays into the long driver's hands. Like if they get some rain next week, that plays into like Rory's hands a little bit better. But if they keep the course firm, then I'm definitely looking at iron players. Scheffler, Fleetwood, Colin Morikawa, Austin's favorite guy.
Yep.
Guys like that are the guys I'm looking at.
I'm always down with fairway Jesus. I'm looking for any reason to back Tommy Fleetwood.
He's played too well in majors. I might be looking at him at Shinnecock too. And last time they played there, he finished second. So, yeah.
Looking at the betting odds for that, we got Scotty Scheffler plus 350, Rory McIlroy plus 650, Bryson DeChambeau at 10-1, Cameron Young 12-1. John Rahm 14-1, and then Eric's pick over here, Tommy Fleetwood 18-1, just goes up from there. Great event to bet on, PGA Championship, always fun. We'll have all the action on that Thursday through Sunday. Fun thing that we like to have for all these majors too is we have the ability to show a lot of different feeds. So if you want to see, the main feed as well as some feeds that just follow some of the featured groups, we get a lot of that access through our ESPN Plus for Business account. So it's pretty cool that we get to have, maybe 4 to 5 different golf feeds of the same tournament on TV at one time for everyone. So you want that kind of action, everyone, to be able to see everyone at the same time, come to Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's been great having the show again today, Robert. This will be his last show with us. He is moving on to greater pastures after this week.
It's been an absolute honor. Honestly, this is great. The Sportsbook has been incredible. The best thing that ever could have happened to me. I appreciate Austin working for you and in this amazing area with these amazing people here in Milwaukee. Just a couple picks real quick as we wrap up. I just want to say Hurricanes and Avalanche are both going to go through. You parlay those two together is plus 133. Knicks and Thunder, I think, are going to go through plus 149. And another thing to touch on real quick, because I'm not going to be here, but the UFC Freedom 250 is in June. All the fighters were in the Oval Office yesterday. It was so interesting to see. Justin Gaethje's plus 525. I think that's outrageous. I think he's got a real chance to win that fight. Those are my picks.
Thank you, Robert. Yeah, it's going to be a fun event at the White House grounds. I mean, it's going to be special to
on
watch.
the lawn. I think it's going to be outside. I think it's going to be outside, which we've never seen that before.
I was going to say, which is a wild confidence in June.
In June. Yeah,
there's no reason why you can't fight outside. I see it all the time.
Sure.
101. Yeah. 101.
Yeah. We talked about gas tank earlier. Look for those guys that have the gas tank for fighting in the heat. Like, that's going to be tough.
Good point.
A lot of things that we never had to consider before.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Robert. You've been a very important part of our team for a few years now, and it's been a pleasure working with you. And as always, we'll see you guys at the counter.